Welcome back to the Breakfast Show 2. I'm with Jessica Hill and Jeanne Muckerman with Vintage Now, which actually takes place this weekend here in Cape Girardeau. Good morning. How are you two?
Good morning. Thanks so much for having us today.
Yes, thank you. And so, first and foremost, tell us a little bit about Vintage Now. For people who maybe don't know what it is, what is Vintage Now?
Well, Vintage Now is a fashion show with a purpose, and it was created by Deb Mavers, who's the owner of Pastimes Antiques downtown Cape. But she's the founder and the director of the show, and she had this idea for a fashion show that would benefit a local nonprofit that worked with women, and she contacted us at the Safe House, and a beautiful partnership was born, and this is our 13th show now together.
Wow, that is incredible. And so after 13 years, I'm sure that every year is just that much more exciting. How excited are you guys about this year's show?
Well, this is a really exciting concept, which we've never done before. So we've covered a variety of decades, but this year we're going to focus on the elements. So think wind, fire, earth, water. So it's been a little bit more creative costuming than has ever been done before. You couldn't just pull and say, oh yeah, that's from the 40s. How do you embody air, wind, water? And so it's going to be an awesome show. The cause is wonderful. We have 60 models, each modeling 2 looks, so that's 120 different looks that you'll see on the runway. And it is just nonstop entertainment from beginning to end.
It sounds like, honestly, a really great time. And so talk a little bit about what Vintage Now supports. I know it's the Safe House, but just go in depth a little bit about that.
So the Safe House of Southeast Missouri serves victims throughout Southeast Missouri who've experienced domestic violence, sexual violence, dating violence, and stalking. We have a shelter as well as a non-residential outreach office. And Vintage Now makes it possible for us to maintain our operations. And you know, we just opened a new larger shelter in 2019, and proceeds from Vintage Now made that possible. And now we're serving more survivors than ever. And so proceeds from Vintage Now go directly to help our clients to start a new, safe, and sustainable life.
It's amazing that we have, you know, organizations out there to help these people, and then also we have these type of events to help you guys help people in the community. And I know that so much goes into planning events like this. When do you guys start thinking about Vintage Now? Are you already thinking about next year?
I'm pretty sure there's probably discussions about what next year's plan already is.
Yeah.
I think that they close the curtain, take a deep breath, and then get out the notebook, and really it is a committee of people, but under Deb Mavers' leadership, it's created such an amazing community of women that support this cause here. And so it's really like a family atmosphere. It's like a family reunion every year when you go back and people remember the show from years previous. It truly is a community event that we could not do without our numerous sponsors, volunteers. There is so much talent in our area, and we're just grateful that folks are willing to share that with the Safe House and Vintage Now.
And so then I know that people can go and see this. It's open for the public. How much are tickets, and how can people get those tickets?
Right, so we've already sold over 1,800 tickets. We will be at the Show Me Center, which is, is the largest venue in our area and the only one that can house Vintage Now at this point. But you can go to vintagenow.org and purchase your ticket. It's $25 in advance, or you can come the night of the show and purchase a ticket for $30. You can also go to Pastimes Antiques on Main Street in downtown Cape, or to the Safe House Thrift Shop on Spring Street in Cape and purchase your ticket there as well.
That is awesome. And then before we head to break, what time does Vintage Now start? It's on Saturday, correct?
It's on this Saturday, October 15th. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning and talking a little bit about Vintage Now. If you want some more information or need tickets, go to our website, KFVS12.com. We'll be right back.